What's good, Ohio Cannabis Report family? It's your boy Gerald Moore Jr. back with another live episode. Today, I just wanted to share some resources that I came across on Ohio State University's website on their Drug Enforcement Policy Center about the Ohio Governor's Expedited Pardon Project. Obviously, there's a lot of conversation around the cannabis industry, people being able to get involved as an entrepreneur, whether it's cultivation, processing, dispensing. Obviously, there's been a lot of conversations around Senate Bill 56, which adds a lot of different language into Ohio's legal cannabis framework when it comes to adult use cannabis. But there's not a lot of conversation around, obviously, the existing issues when it comes to the war on drugs and everything that has happened around cannabis pre legalization in the state of Ohio. Now, Ohio State is obviously a federally funded state institution. They're a research institution, and so they have a lot of power, they have a lot of resources. But unfortunately, if you don't go to Ohio State, if you're not highly educated, if you don't know where to look, you don't know where to research, some of these things you may not know exist or you may not see them uh, in the general, just public, right? And so I've been following Ohio State Department of Drug Enforcement Policy Center for a while now. I've shared some of their resources. I've reached out to them a few times to do some partnerships, collaborations. They still haven't gotten back to me, but we do probably more content than they do. And we actually talk to the people, right? This is a law school. So their entire goal is to kind of separate themselves from average people, the general public, because again, these are lawyers. That's what lawyers do. But again, a lot of this information is open to the public, right? Because again, Ohio State is a state institution. And I think more people in the state of Ohio, instead of just always cheering for the Buckeyes and the football team, need to understand that this institution has so many resources outside of the football program, right? Outside of just going to Ohio State as a student. And so there are tons of resources, but you also have to know how to look and find these resources, because what colleges do, what institutions do, what organizations do is they'll say, oh, this information is free to the public, but then they'll hide it on their websites. They'll hide it underneath links and different things, right? They'll hide it in research engines where the average person does not have access because they don't know what they're actually looking for. So I just wanted to bring this information to you all as a part of the Ohio Cannabis Report, as an extension of our education, and just educating the community on all the different resources that are available as we continue to fight for obviously decriminalization. We continue to fight for social equity, social justice. We continue to fight for small businesses, entrepreneurs, for hemp. There's a lot of fights still happening in the cannabis industry, even though we have legalization, even though you can go to the dispensary and purchase cannabis, even though you can home grow. That is not the end of the battle. So again, I want to thank everybody for supporting Ohio Cannabis Report. Make sure you like, comment, share, follow. Hit us up in the comments. Let us know where you're tapping in from. Let us know what you're consuming, what you're smoking on, what type of cannabis, or how you like to consume it. Do you like to roll it up, put it in a joint? Do you like edibles? Do you like tinctures? Do you like bombs? Do you like lotions? Do you like THC, CBD, CBG, CBN? Let us know. We really want to engage with the community. So, again, make sure you're following us on all of our other social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok. Um, Started doing some posts on Reddit as well. We're on Substack. We are on TikTok and Facebook. So again, please support us. We're also on Threads. Like I said, we're always trying to one engage with the community. Obviously, the internet is only a part of that. We're in Columbus, so I do like to get out to community events and engage with people on the ground as well. But it's raining today. We had a busy day with the family, so I'm chilling. Decided to come create some content for you guys. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm not going to do a long live on this one. I was just going to record it, but I didn't have enough space on my plan right now. So we're just going to do the live stream. And I see we got a couple viewers in here. Make sure you guys hit me up in the comments. Tap in. Let me know where you tapping in from. Again, like I said, I'm in the 614. I'm in Columbus, Ohio. All right. So here is the Ohio State Morris College of Law, Drug Enforcement and Policy Center. Like I said, you can just go on their website, Morris College of Law. And like I said, this stuff is usually behind links. So if you want to find this information, you got to come over to the menu tab. You got to come over to faculty and research. And then they have all these different programs, right? There's their directory if you want to connect with, some of the policy folks. But if you want to see what they talk about when it comes to Drug Enforcement Policy Center, this is the the organization that really has been covering a lot about the cannabis industry since medical and stuff like that. So you come here, then you have research and grants, events. Usually their grants are for obviously students, grad students. Got your overview, different events they have. They do have an event coming up. Let's see if they have it posted on here. So June 12th, the racial disparities in criminal sentencing and drug court eligibility. So you can come here and this is open to the public, right? So you don't have to go to Ohio State. You don't have to be in the law school to view this information or get access to these resources. So you come right here, add it to your calendar, and then you can just register here. And it's just a Zoom link. I already applied, but you can literally go in and put your Zoom or your information in there. The description: the webinar examines whether racial disparities in criminal justice processing ultimately restrict Black defendants' access to drug courts through commonly used exclusionary criteria. Using approximately 350,000 misdemeanors and felony case data from Franklin County, Ohio, which is the largest county in the state of Ohio, which also houses Columbus, the state house as well. Spanning 2006 to 2020, the presenters examine racial disparities across multiple case processing decision points and test whether Black defendants are more likely to be convicted of offenses commonly used as drug court exclusion criteria. The presenters find evidence that disparities in charging and convictions place Black defendants at a greater likelihood of having criminal records that may later become the basis for drug court exclusion. This event will be presented with automated closed captions. If you wish to request traditional CART services or other accommodations, please contact Jana. Blah 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 blah. Request made 1 week before the event date will generally allow us to provide seamless access, but the university will make every effort to meet requests made for this date. I'm sorry, I wasn't sharing that, so I'll share that. So this is what the page looks like when you click on the link. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm still loafing. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay, so let me share the screen so y'all can see it again. I forget every time I change something, I have to press share the screen. So this is what it looks like once you so this is go to the link. When you go to menu, faculty, research, Drug Enforcement Policy Center, events, and then here's the events. When you click on here, and then it'll take you to here. Then you can click register. And then when you click register, it's going to send you over to this page. And then you could just put in your information. So this is what I was reading. You guys are hearing me read. All right. And then back to here. And then they have a few other events. June 16th, a tale of two schedules. What DOJ's partial rescheduling of medical marijuana means in practice. So again, here's another Zoom event. A lot of these events are Zoom too. So, you can watch them at work. I know a lot of people say, I'm busy. Turn on at work, put your headphones in or listen to it when you are, again, these are noon on your lunch break or something like that. And then you got June 23rd, specialty docket expansion of changes in misdemeanor drug case processing across race and sex. All right. So those are the events coming up at Ohio State Morris College of Law. And again, these are Zoom calls. So again, you can do it right from your home, computer, cell phone. but that's not what I wanted to talk about today. Mm, 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 mm. What was ooh, there was research policy engagement research was it research? I had brought up the governor's pardon, and now it's escaping me where it is. And see, this is what they do though. Like it's not easy to find stuff on these websites necessarily. You can go to search. Boop, boop, governor's pardon. Let me just go back. I had it pulled up. Boost that. Um, I had a governor's pardon thing that I wanted to show y'all. Let me see. Expedited pardon. But that's how they get you. They just hide the stuff all up in here. No, it's not the library. Sorry, I had it. Until I decided I wanted to show y'all what was going on. Was it on here? Program dispute, program and data governance. Boosting. Joe's on Dogged Podcast. Where was the education? What was it? Education. Oh, here it is. No, that's the practicum. But this is something that I do want to show too. Opportunity Port. So this is a program sealing or expunging criminal records, removes it from public view and opens the door to countless opportunities. So find a better and safer housing options, secure higher paying jobs, participate more fully in your community. So you can come here and that'll help you expunge your records and close your seal off your records. Opportunity Port is a program housed at Ohio State University Morris College of Law. We connect Franklin County residents with the equal assistance they need to apply for sealing and expungement of Ohio criminal records. Funding for Opportunity Port is provided by the Ohio State University Alliance for American Dream and the Columbus City Council. How Opportunity Port works. The state of Ohio permits some criminal offenses to be sealed or expunged. These laws are complex and the application process can be tricky. That's where Opportunity Port comes in. We do the heavy lifting to determine which cases are eligible and prepare the paperwork you need to apply. The best part, we provide these legal services at no cost to you. Obviously, your tax money. Um, you got to create a profile, get started in less than 5 minutes, connect with an attorney. The legal help organization will review your information. If you are eligible for sealing or expungement, they complete a formal application for filing at the appropriate Ohio court. Attend a hearing. After filing, a hearing will be scheduled, and your application will be reviewed by the court. The judge will make a decision to grant or deny the application. A hearing is required to be considered for sealing of expungement. Seal or expungement of records. If the judge grants your application, the court will complete the steps required by law to seal or expunge the record from filing to hearing. The court process takes between 45 to 90 days to complete. So again, if you're somebody who has a record and you want to get that record expunged, again, it helps you with different opportunities, housing, jobs, and just to get that that monkey off your back. Because I do understand some people do have records, and again, we are in this industry where now it's an industry. Now they're profiting, they're making money off the taxes, but you have a host of people who cannot actively be engaged in the industry because either they have prior records or They just are, kept out of the industry for whatever reason. So, again, this is a great resource for people in Ohio to really get involved with. Let's see. Do want to go over OCAN again. OCAN is the Ohio Cannabis Coalition. They are one of the organizations that supported, or one of the, if not the main organization that supported SB 56. OCAN is also the nonprofit organization where the members uh, of the industry, so all of the main cultivators, processors, and dispensaries, and some ancillary businesses, are a part of OCAN. And you could just see in their comments. Shout out to Brooke, Decrum or Bust, Stop the Monopoly. Tim Johnson, your lack of support for your standalone members regarding HB 611 solidifies your monopolistic wishes for vertical one licensees. Like they promote drug enforcement policies, policy center two. Look, these are their events. Look, Impact Ohio, Ohio Chamber of Commerce. Thank you to our 2026 post primary Impact Ohio conference sponsors. So they're sponsoring events. These are their members. Couldn't iron their tablecloth. Look at this. So professional. My gosh. Just profession. Just profesh. These little private events they be having. Bunch of scare tactics too. Like they just operate off of scare tactics. Events at the bar with alcohol. Again, look. You can't sit with us type vibes. But this is what they be pushing, you know what I mean? So again, make sure you're aware of like who's running the industry, who are the so-called leaders. Um, These are the members of OCAN. We have suggested a boycott of OCAN as well as Ohio Cannabis Report until they actually support their patients' consumer rights and small businesses. Because right now they are against hemp businesses, they are against small craft grows, tier three, they are against social equity, they're against releasing social equity funds to the communities. Um, so yeah, Buckeye Relief really leads the charge, and these are the two same companies. Really, Buckeye Relief is the cultivator processor. This is the dispensary run by Andy Rayburn. He's been noted to say that he wants people to be arrested for selling hemp or being involved. You have Clutch Cannabis, which is another major company. You have Fireland Scientific, Standard Wellness. There, Jared Maloof has been real vocal. The Landing, Verilife Dispensary, Verdant, Benaleaves, Sunnyside. Now, Benaleaves, they're a small processor. Um, Shout out to Bill, shout out to Broderick, shout out to the team over there. I really like them and respect what they do. And their fight, they do support the community, but unfortunately, they are under the OCAN umbrella. Um, you have Sunnyside, which is dispensary, King City Gardens, which is a cultivator processor. I believe they have dispensaries too. The Forest, Southern Ohio Botanicals, Smithers, Uplift, Riviera Creek. So all of these are just different companies within OCAN. Mavuno is a black-owned company as well. Franz Ward is a law firm, certified. So these are all the companies, we suggest that, in terms of when you purchase your cannabis, you should boycott these companies. You know what I mean? Purchase from, I mean, I get it. There's smaller dispensaries, there are smaller brands. And so, we suggest you purchase from those places, not these, tier one folks. Because there are some cannabis companies that are not on this list. Really bummed about the governor's pardon thing, but that's okay. So we're gonna go over Ohio cannabis laws again. Curious about cannabis? Know Ohio's marijuana laws. The common misconception surrounding legalization of recreational marijuana is that individuals can no longer get in trouble for marijuana related conduct. This is not a reality. Marijuana is still subject to stringent requirements, which can result in penalties. Recreational adult use marijuana became legal in Ohio on November 7th, 2023, after voters passed Issue 2. With 57% of the vote, Ohio became the 24th state to legalize recreational marijuana. This meant that individuals 21 years or older could purchase, possess, and use marijuana in accordance with local laws. However, like many newly enacted laws, Ohio's marijuana laws have undergone changes since legalization first passed. The most significant changes occurred recently when Senate Bill 56 officially took effect on March 20th, 2026. Senate Bill 56 amended Ohio's adult use marijuana laws. Through this bill, legislation tightened cannabis oversight, clarified regulatory authority, and imposed stricter regulations on hemp-derived THC products under the Ohio cannabis law. While the law was intended to provide a stricter and more regulated cannabis framework, it also created confusion for many Ohio residents about what has changed, what is still legal, and what conduct can impose or expose them to penalties. Whether you are a consumer, supporter, advocate, or just curious about cannabis industry in general, here is a brief overview of what Senate Bill 56 has changed. Elevated legal penalties. Senate Bill 56 added and clarified penalties for adult use marijuana conduct, including consumption in any public place that is not a private residence or property, consumption while operating a vehicle, passengers' consumption while in a vehicle operating or within physical control, transporting marijuana not purchased from an Ohio dispensary or homegrown in Ohio, possessing over 2.5 ounces of plant material or 15 grams of extract, transporting marijuana product and paraphernalia, opened and not in original packaging, not in the trunk or behind the last upright seat, storing open marijuana products, not in their original packaging when not actively using, exceeding the 12 plant homegrown limit per household, selling marijuana without a license, and selling marijuana to a person under age 21. THC limits. Senate Bill 56 amended THC concentration limits, aligning adult use and medical marijuana limits. Flowering is capped at 35%, extract is capped at 70%. Possession restrictions. Senate Bill 56 further tightened possession limits. Ohio residents cannot possess greater than 2.5 ounces of plant material, possess greater than 15 grams of extracts, possess marijuana products not produced, purchased in Ohio or an Ohio dispensary, or possessing greater than the maximum daily purchase amount of cannabis. In addition to possession, homegrown adult use marijuana limits were lowered. Each adult can only possess 6 marijuana plants. A household cannot exceed 12 marijuana plants total, and homegrown marijuana cannot be possessed on behalf of another person. Importantly, knowingly exceeding the grow limits by even just one plant can expose you to criminal liability for illegal cultivation. Ohio's Division of Cannabis Control Authority, the Ohio Division of Cannabis Control, DCC, now exclusively oversees marijuana control law. However, the DCC authority is not unlimited. Senate Bill 56 restricts the DCC from approving new product forms, using discretion when issuing licenses to eligible applicants, advertising without restrictions. The DCC expanded authority imposed stricter operational requirements for cannabis facilities, cultivators, and dispensaries. Local governments and municipality authority. Local governments and municipalities have the ability to prohibit adult use dispensaries in their communities. These townships and municipalities can vote to pass ordinances that restrict dispensaries from opening within their jurisdiction. A local ban on dispensary operations only applies to adult use dispensaries, excluding medical marijuana facilities that were already in operation. However, these local governments cannot prohibit homegrown activities. Homegrown restrictions. Homegrown must take place in primary residence. A primary residence that is occupied pursuant to a rental agreement must comply with the terms of the agreement. Senate Bill 56 lowered homegrown marijuana limits. Each adult can only possess 6 marijuana plants. A household cannot exceed 12 marijuana plants total. And importantly, knowingly exceeding or that homegrown marijuana cannot be possessed on the behalf of another person, be given to another for any compensation. Doesn't say donation though, or be transferred on property that is not privately owned and used primarily for residential or agricultural purposes. Restrictions intended to protect children. Growing concerns over children's safety was a major focus on Governor DeWine when he prohibited the sale of marijuana products that are considered attractive to children. This includes both medical marijuana and adult use marijuana in forms that resemble fictional characters, humans, animals, or fruits. The law imposes tighter restrictions on marijuana packaging and advertising. Unregulated intoxicating hemp products. A major focus on Senate Bill 56 was eliminating access to unregulated intoxicating hemp products. The legislation proactively banned most intoxicating hemp derived products before the federal ban is anticipated to take effect on November 12, 2026. This resulted in a statewide restructuring when it came to THC infused products availability and distribution. The more stringent regulations ban hemp derived products from the shelves of convenience stores and gas stations. Effectively, THC infused beverages containing more than zero point 0.4 milligrams of THC may now only be purchased at a licensed dispensary. Similarly, hemp derived Delta 9 and Delta 8 products are now restricted to purchase from licensed dispensary. Going forward, what Ohio residents should know. Well, yeah, give me a second. As Ohio's cannabis laws continue to be refined, residents should stay informed about changes that would affect their rights, responsibilities, and potential exposure to liability. Some of the key practical takeaways from Senate Bill 56 include Ohio dispensaries may only sell up to the legal possession limit of 2.5 ounces of flower, 15 grams of extract, or a combination totaling those amounts. Homegrown marijuana may only be transferred to another adult over 21 if no compensation is received, whether that be money or anything else. Marijuana and marijuana related products transported in a vehicle should be stored in the trunk, furthest upright seat, or in the area that is not easily accessible to the driver. May be subject to a minor misdemeanor for illegal use of possession of marijuana drug paraphernalia. Criminal penalties for using marijuana inside a vehicle increased, especially for passengers. Passengers may be subject to a third-degree misdemeanor. Consumers should purchase cannabis products from licensed Ohio dispensaries and keep all products in their original packaging while not in use. Employers may enforce policies regulating marijuana. Employees terminated for violating those policies may be ineligible to receive unemployment benefits. Renters must comply with lease agreements that restrict marijuana use, smoking, vaporization, or home grow activities within the residence. The cannabis industry is rapidly evolving. Staying informed about developments in Ohio cannabis law is important for consumers and businesses to avoid unnecessary legal consequences. So yeah, obviously there's been a lot of changes in the Ohio laws. Make sure you guys continue to follow us at Ohio Cannabis Report as we try to keep you guys up to date on all of these changes and policy changes. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.